Hello, welcome to season 3. Is that season 3?
Yeah, this is season 3. Hey folks, what's happening? This is the 3rd season of a podcast that you never asked for, nor wanted.
But are somehow intrigued by.
Yeah.
Some people are.
My forearms are actually sweating, like on the desk here. That was the hardest, most stressful thing to do, to set that up. I don't know how you felt. I feel like I'd forgotten how to operate.
I'll be honest, if both of our shots look the same, I think it shows how truly professional we are, given the circumstances and stuff. But yeah, I think I like auditions rolling, the camera's rolling, I can see everything. It's all happening. I can hear you. We're on the phone. I can't think of anything going wrong.
Now, I've done something risky. A couple of things risky. Why not?
Are you wearing trousers?
Yes. Yeah, I am. I'm running the lights on a battery instead of a cable, because I don't know where the cable's gone to plug the light in. And I'm running on Sennheiser Momentum Wireless 2 headphones instead of the Bose. Which is risky because I don't know how much battery they've got in them.
That is risky. And given we will never get a Bose endorsement now.
No, we've ruined it. We've already ruined it when you wore Apple headphones. But they're in-ears, so
In-ear?
I don't like in-ears. I really am not a fan of in-ear headphones.
Oh, okay. Well, fair enough.
You know, I can hear you, and that's what matters.
Exactly.
So, look, it's been a while since we've uploaded, hasn't it? I mean, I can't remember when the last episode of season 2 happened.
I think it was before I had a kid. Which seems like an age ago now.
Oh yeah.
So that must be at least 3 months.
Yeah.
At least 3 months.
That's been a while. I like that we just ended it, and I like to think that someone's sitting there thinking, when's the next episode? And we're just like, nah.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Do you know what I was thinking the other day about that? Is that if we still lived in the world of DVDs, we've got 2 bonus episodes. Lost episodes from the last season.
We do.
2 rather good episodes, I think, as well. But I think there'd be extras on a DVD.
They would be, yeah, they would. For the viewers and listeners out there that haven't got an absolute notion of what we're talking about, we did record 2 more episodes in the last season, but never. Well, Ryan did his part. I never did my part, and then time passed, and I thought it's irrelevant now. It's pointless, and they were hilarious, but they were. They were a bit mental, if I'm honest. Just the topics
I haven't listened to them in a while. Jesus. I think we'll definitely they're in the can for as and when is necessary. We might have to go through them, bleeping stuff out, maybe edit them. Is it that kind of bad? I can't remember.
No, it wasn't that bad. It was just ridiculous. It was just like it was ridiculous. It was almost like we'd spent a year locked in our house, and it eventually got to us.
So season 2 started off with good intentions and then just descended in complete lunacy. I have to go back and listen to them.
Yeah.
I think I will at some point.
Anyway, to make matters more confusing, first off, before we go anywhere, I just hate to address the heat again, but you remember when we did the first season of this, and it was like middle of July last year, heat was melting houses, and I spent half of my time putting foam back onto the windows.
Yeah, I do remember that now,
I put the foam boards up. They lasted about 5 minutes, and then all the foam started falling off. I was like, not like this. Not like this. Please, let's not start.
Actually, I've just noticed you'll have a new set now.
No, I'm still in the home. I'm still in the office.
Oh, you're in the home situation. Oh, okay. That's your podcast room.
My podcast room, yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It's to be fair, I tried filming stuff in a new studio. I've moved into a new studio. Tried filming stuff in it. It's even though I've soundproofed, even though I put sound things up, it's still quite echoey. This room is so the sound dampening in this room is unbelievable. It's great. It's like a little sound, port, desk, booth, box, hole, cave,
loft,
sound
loft. Yeah, that makes sense. I can get.
Okay. So season 3, a little bit different because, we haven't got a clue what this podcast is about. It's kind of about cameras. It's kind of about making videos. It's kind of about two men. I was gonna say in their 30s, but
no, you can't say that anymore.
not.
Two men coming up to middle age.
Yeah, two middle-aged men. One in his 30s, one in his 40s. Ryan turned 40 and had a kid. I mean, fuck me sideways. How's that been?
Double down. I doubled down.
Did you?
Yeah. Be it having a kid. It's I'll be honest. The good times aren't outweighing the bad at the moment, which is well, I say bad times. It's just it's really tiring. It's everything everyone says it is. It's hard, and then it's not, because they smile at you, and then you go, oh well, there you go, that's all right. The other 23 hours and 55 minutes don't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's all right. I go through moments of enjoying it and moments of not. I'm kind of looking forward to when she is more of a little person rather than just eat, sleep, poop, and smile occasionally. So I'm looking forward to like when she walks around and actually communicates a bit better. So I think I'll enjoy it more then. But yeah, apart from that, she's lovely, she's beautiful, everyone's well and healthy, and well, what more can you ask for, really? Apart from maybe some more sleep.
Exactly. Well,
it's all right then.
So yeah,
anyway,
that's happened, and you've turned 40. So do you feel older? You look a bit older.
No, I don't feel 40 actually. I feel I'm getting younger. Just you know, getting more hench. No, that's just a lie. No, I don't. I feel no different. It doesn't even. You know what it is? Everyone when they get older says age doesn't matter, and it does. It's just that if you say age doesn't matter, then that's it. Conversation over.
Yeah.
You know,
and it's irrelevant because you can't control it.
No, you're getting older. That's the way it is. And there are a lot of people that are my age. I've seen on Facebook and stuff from my school year, and I'll be honest, they look like they're in their mid-50s. So it's just, I think I'm doing okay. I think I'm doing all right. Got a few more greys, but you know, I'm cool with that. Cool with greys.
I've lost more hair, so.
I thought so.
Yeah,
thought so. I thought I
dire. It's dire up there. I've just actually bought clippers to start shaving my own hair. Thought it's time now.
Oh, you mean you're doing Marcus out of a job?
Yeah, I'm doing what I shouldn't be allowed to do. I did laugh at that, like when I did it, but then I was like, for what I'm doing, it's a waste of everyone's time. I'd rather just spend time with him doing something else than him cutting my hair, shaving it.
You could just pay for a head massage.
That's true.
Or is that weird?
I think we've discovered in previous episodes, nothing's weird when it's Marcus and I. He's just phoned me in the middle of this podcast. I said to him, recording a podcast, brother. But anyway, look, so season 3, right? We're going to do things a little bit differently in season 3.
Yeah.
In a nutshell, let's throw the topic out and then we'll come back around to discuss it, because we've already lost people now. It's 10 minutes in. They're like, what are they fucking on about? So what we're going to do slightly differently this season is we are going to pick a topic out of a hat, metaphorical hat, an actual hat.
I actually have a hat.
Have you got the words written down?
I got the words written down.
Brilliant.
And,
you can go first then, because I didn't. We're going to pull a word out of a hat each week. We're going to alternate who does it, and a word or a phrase. And that phrase is just random shit, right? They don't mean anything. Just those things are going to be stuff that Ryan and I are going to make a video about in some way. And we're going to do that and upload that video on a Thursday night at a particular time, like 6 o'clock, right?
We haven't decided yet.
We haven't decided that, but I'm imagining Thursday is a good night for it, considering when we record this. So I'm going to put the videos up on a Thursday night, and then we're going to record the podcast and discuss what we made, all right?
Yeah.
What came out of our head, how we went about it, how the experience was. I don't really want
this to be... And there's no holds barred.
Yeah.
Either. Like, it can be anything.
Yeah.
For example, when we were talking about this before, we both immediately came up with the idea of a tree, which could mean, I don't know, you do some tree hunting, tree climbing. Yep. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's like whatever it means to you, or to me and Dylan rather. It can mean anything to you, but you're not part of the video making thing. So, or you can make it if you want.
Yeah.
I don't know who you'll show it to.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to discuss your video.
Yeah. But
not yet, anyway.
So we're going to upload the videos to our own YouTube. So I'm going to go to my YouTube, Ryan's going to go to his, and then we're going to come back and discuss the process of how we found it on the podcast the next day. That means we can each watch each other's video at that night, and then the next day we record the podcast, yada, yada, yada. You watch us discuss. But look, this is not going to be hyper-tech functional. So if you're... don't think it's going to be nerding out on cameras, because that's not what it's about. It's more just about the process of a human being trying to make a thing to put on the internet to let other people watch, and how that went. We might go into camera gear. We might talk about the process of what we did, how we came up with the idea, or how good or hard or difficult it was. But why are we doing it?
Why?
Right? Yeah.
Well, why? Because of the internet.
Yeah.
And there's too much stuff on it. And there's too many people doing things we don't want to see. So, well, actually, no, that's not true, is it? It's like, we want to see things, but I think, nothing's original anymore? Yeah. You know, everyone's just kind of thinking they're being creative, but actually they're just catering to an algorithm, because at the end of the day, they have a business to run and money to make, which is fair enough. I get that. But I think sometimes those two can get confused. And, you know, are you being creative because you want to make money, or are you just being creative because you want to be creative? Yeah. I think that's where we came from.
Or are you being creative because that's just who you are, and you're not even thinking about it? So, I mean, a large part of this, right, is driven by a difficult year for everybody. But I think, like, let's take the obvious stuff out of the way, put all the obvious shit aside. Creating our own content at the moment is difficult because everyone's been on the internet in the last year. So many people have been uploading, so many people have putting content online and putting things in front of our faces. We've been looking at so much. Numbers have gone haywire. What the meaning of everything has gone out the door. It's kind of got very it's got,
and there also seems to be a collective consciousness where everyone's thinking the same thing. Yeah. Like the amount of conversations Dylan and I have had, just us two on the phone, like not spoken to anyone else about it, and then literally the day later or later that day, a video pops up online of what we spoke about. Yeah. Now that could be that the iPhone's listening, but it also means that someone would have had to have made that video, and then, you know, would have taken time to edit it or film it, edit it, and then upload it, which, you know, highly doubtful that would have happened in the hour since we had the call. Yeah. But it seems weird. It feels like we're tapped sometimes. Yeah. And it's very strange. But then is it just because the internet is just showing us all the same thing? So we all have a collective consciousness and making decisions and thinking
a little bit. Sometimes it happens on really odd stuff, like things you just don't even think about. Like something happens in your day that actually adjusts what you're thinking, and then somebody does it. And every time I look, it's not that you don't necessarily want to watch things, it's that I just feel like everyone's putting stuff out and you're like, what the hell's going on? And we throw a phrase around, the two of us, wanky B-roll. Right?
That's TM'd. That's trademarked.
Yeah, that's trademarked. That's going to be merch.
Anyone that says that, if you see anyone say that within the next few days, they stole it from us.
Yeah. Wanky B-roll. And wanky B-roll is basically
cinematic
videos without meaning that look sexy, effectively, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. It's like, I suppose a good example would be, you know, when you get an ad, like you've done the wanky B-roll for, you did it for, was it a big company or we done it for Boost? Then what was that? The cocktail place.
Oh yeah, Bushmills. Yeah, stuff for Bushmills. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, sometimes it is necessary. A client will come to you and go, they won't say I want wanky B-roll, but they'll say I want that video that has all the swishy things and, you know, that kind of thing.
I'm literally working on a project with a client at the moment it's a marketing company, and they're doing stuff for a whiskey company. And they sat down and explained the video to me, like, this is the kind of style. I jest you not. They were like, we want to do this. It's about a mixologist. We want to follow the story then, but we want to make it kind of interesting. We want to make it like this video.
Did you go, you want wanky B-roll?
Yes. Do you know why? Because they sent me a Peter McKinnon video. And they were like, literally a video of McKinnon making coffee with Daniel Schiffer. And they were like, that video. And I just went, a wanky B-roll.
Yeah.
They were like, what? And I was like, yeah, it's a wanky B-roll video. And they were like, what does that mean? And I was like, it's just meaningless shots, but beautifully done. Now, yeah, those guys are the masters of that, especially Schiffer. But like, and as you said, there's a place for that. But there's also, there's times when people make videos, or we see videos, and I'm guilty of doing it, where you shoot something that looks beautiful, but you're like, this wasn't
Totally
a video
redundant.
to shoot. Like, this means fuck all. No one cares. There's no reason to make it. And all these thoughts, all these conversations we had, effectively, they happen all the day, all the time, all the day, all the day,
all the time, all the things,
all the days, and all the things.
A little bit of everything, all of the time.
Shout out to
It's an original thought, that is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, an original thought. I mean, yeah, So, we basically got to the point where me and the rat here, have completely demotivated ourselves from making stuff. So every time one of us wants to do something, we either second guess it or demotivate the other one. And that's not just us, that's a lot of us.
That's a lot of us. I think the other thing as well is when you do this as a job, like you make videos for other people pretty much every week, every day, it's kind of that thing of like, it's a bit like, you know, when you have a plumber that comes around to your house and then, you know, they fix your plumbing, but then you go to their house and they have like totally shit plumbing. Everything's leaking everywhere. It's probably because they've been plumbing all day, and the last thing they want to fucking do when they get home is fix their own plumbing. Yeah. And sometimes I kind of feel like that when making video. It's you do it, you're editing all day or making this video, and obviously with the client stuff, generally they'll say I want X, Y, or Z, but you're still working within their box. They ask for your creativity, but they don't really want that. They just want what they want, but slightly sexier. Some wanky B-roll.
Wanky B-roll.
And wanky B-roll. And that's how it works. And so when you see those videos like the Pete McKinnon, Dan Schiff ones look amazing, you look at the way they set it all up and it's like, yeah, but I went down to some, you know, the Bushmills, for example, not saying they did, and they'll give you a little room with no light and go, yeah, we want it in here. And you're like, are you sure? Yeah, but and we don't want the lights on. Oh, okay, right, fine. How long have I got? Well, we did have like an hour booked, but now someone's coming in like 5 minutes. So you've actually only got 15 minutes. You're like, oh, okay, so you want me to do all that with your beautiful lighting in a 15 minutes. Yeah. Can you still do that? Well, I guess I am. So a lot of it gets left out.
No. Okay then.
Which is fine, and that's just the way client work is, and it's just the way. But you can't always do it the way you want to do it, which is hard. And then when you come to make your own stuff, seeing you've been doing that all day, it can be very demotivating. And then when you have a conversation with the old donut boy, you get even less motivated to make it, because you're like, oh yeah, oh you mean you had the same thing happen as me? And now we're both talking about what a pain in the ass it is. And so now we really, neither of us want to do it. So what's the point? Let's just sit and watch Netflix in our pants.
Yeah, I'm watching The Office.
Eat another box of Pringles.
The third time.
Oh, yeah. I've just started watching The Walking Dead.
I've watched
Never seen it.
Not a massive fan. Pamela loves it. Not a huge fan of it.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
Zombies. Not a big fan of it.
Well, I can imagine. I can imagine Pamela. She'd be like... it's a bit like me. It's like, when is this actually going to happen so I can just have some peace and quiet, you know? Yeah.
Well, I said to her today, I'm going for a surf tonight. I'm going up to the coast, going for a surf, and camp in a van, surf in the morning. Said to her, do you want to come with me, get the kids looked after, and you can join me? And she was like, nope, I've got plans and it involves me chilling the fuck out without you annoying me.
That's
so
great.
I was like, yeah, fair enough. So because she has stuff she wants to watch and I'm an irritant, so fair enough. I use that to my advantage and go for a surf.
Absolutely.
Really, the thing with it's not about any of those videos. Those videos those guys make, they're tutorial videos to show people how to do stuff. And what's great about them is, I watch them and I go, oh, that's cool. I'll use a bit of that technique in something I maybe try. Oh, that's an idea. The reality of those being done for every job for client is not realistic.
But that's what's great. Yeah, but you're right. That's what's great about those. You can take little bits to go, oh, that little spin thing was really cool.
The frustrating bit with them is when somebody else who also doesn't do client work watches that video and then spends a week replicating that, and then they make a video going, I did this thing, and you're like, oh, you just fucking copied that guy. And it's like, and why did you make it? Like, and then that cycle continues. And the problem is, the more that cycle continues, the more you see it, the more you get annoyed at the reality of it and the fact that you can't. Anyway, that's all that stuff.
There is a thing about that though, which I think we have spoken about. I don't know if we've spoken about this on the podcast, but like, when you're learning to play an instrument, right? And you're like guitar, for example,
you're strumming away.
Strumming away. And what you'll do is you'll look to, I don't know, Jimi Hendrix / whatever and go, well, I'm going to copy them. So you spend hours replicating their solos, learning how to play like them. And then you could say, but the difference is I don't think people tend to put that on the internet, or do they? Actually, no, they do now, don't they? So like what I'm saying is that a lot of those people that have seen a video and then they've copied you know what the problem is? They copy the how to do a video. They don't actually take what they've learned and use it in a creative way. Exactly. They just do another tutorial video. Ignore everything I said. I've just talked my way through my own thing. It's fine.
Yeah, but that's exactly it. Is because like if you were learning an instrument, you'd watch someone like that, or you'd watch somebody teaching you the tutorial bit, and then you'd learn the thing, and you'd either go on to learn to play guitar, or you'd do what I do and just fuck around every now and then, play a few chords and move on with your life. But the equivalent to that would be to learn that song and then do the tutorial about learning that song. And you're like, that already exists on the internet. So what happens is, the more you watch that with anything, the more I feel like I'm seeing a lot of the same stuff, and I'm like, everyone's making tutorials about stuff, and it's this isn't even about this. This isn't even about any of this. That's one tiny thing. There's a lot of shit that happens on the internet, and we have just demotivated ourselves to the point where we go, what's the point in making a video? And then I was talking to Ryan the other day, and I said to him, one of the things I liked about when you and I became friends, right, internet friends, was you were making stuff.
That sounds like a TV show. It's just the internet friends.
All right, I was attempting an in-betweeners joke, but you were making Instagram stories. I was making Instagram stories, right? And they were similar, and we both clearly know the gist of what we're doing. But what was quite cool is when we started talking and got to know each other, they became a bit competitive, quietly competitive. Never really vocalized that, but like, if I saw him do something, I'd want to better it. If he saw me do something, he'd want to better it. And that like back and forth happened a lot. And that was kind of that drive. And it would be like, oh, cool, how can I make an idea do this? Or how can I try something new? And then we started talking about how we were doing that. And at the early days of our chatting, it was all very positive. It was all about motivating each other and talking about how we did stuff. And that back and forth chat and that competition, right, loosely, is what drove us to make stuff. And then over the time, and especially over the last year, the saturation we were getting from the internet and everyone being on it all the time, and us being on it all the time, was just you were getting overwhelmed by everything, and it was making us not want to create. So I said to Ryan, well, what if we believe me, we've tried multiple things to try to encourage each other to do stuff. And I said to Ryan, like, why don't you make a video this week for your YouTube? And he'll be like, why? What's the point? What is it? Is it a tutorial? Is it a wanky B-roll? Is it a documentary? Have I got the time to film a documentary? Who's it for? Will they care? And then I was like, so that's happened a lot. And then I was like, well, what if we just made the video for ourselves to entertain each other? Which is easily said. People go, oh, do it for yourself. But that's fucking hard to do when you put it on the internet and no one cares. And then loads of other videos like skyrocket, and you're like, oh. That demotivates
I think that's the problem, isn't it? Because when they say, "Oh, do what you love doing," when you were a kid, and it's like that's because when you'd make videos as a kid, like I think didn't you used to make all your BMX and skate videos and everything, and you just did it, you showed it to your 5 friends, and that was it, and that was it, done, job done. Everyone was happy. You had a good time. We all had a good time, and we all moved on with our lives. Now it's like you have to put it on the internet, and there has to be this judgment. And this like, oh, if it didn't get views, then that's a bad thing, and then you get demotivated even more and self-conscious. So this, I think it's kind of wanting to go back to what we actually did as children, or as younger people. Yeah, and what so you just do something to show each other, and then that's it.
Yeah, and what you said about the views is interesting, because then you get stuck in the thing of the algorithm conversations, which are boring as hell. But there's this decision where you have to, do you create the art for you and hope that it does well, or do you create stuff that's good for the algorithm? Both are fine, as long as there's a decision made. But I think if you're thinking you're creating art, but you're feeding an algorithm, that's not really true. But there's some people who are more logistically minded, where they'll be like, I'm going to feed the algorithm. Yeah, logicalized, and they'll just chase. And I don't want to say chase. They feed the algorithm because that's what makes sense. And I think a lot of those videos that we watch are algorithm based. They're based around what's popular, what's trending, what other people are doing. And the annoying thing is, we watch that stuff, But why do we feel like we have to create that? And when we think about creating that, we second guess it. Where it's like, that's okay to watch that, because there's loads of guys out there who read the tutorials and read the instruction books and make a tutorial. And we've discussed this as they read the instructions so we don't have to. And it's like, that's what we are. That's the content for us to learn bits and pieces, but it's not what we make. So how do we get ourselves back to making the things that we want to create? So we thought, well, what if we both agree to upload, and that includes this podcast, by the way. What if we agree to upload a video on our own YouTube channels once a week, right? And we'll do it for 8 weeks and see how we get on.
It's crazy talk, this.
It meant like when I told him this idea, I could feel the heavy breathing on the other side, like complete anxiety attack. And
But
I thought,
this is the good thing about it, though, because we discussed this, and there are going to be weeks, possibly, when you go, I couldn't make the video because of, I don't know, shit happens, illness, crazy job comes in, and we're going to discuss that as well.
Yeah. Like
the reasons as to why, like what's stopping you, because I think that's really important, because that's not just for us, that's for a lot of people out there, which is what's the point? Well, it's not even what's the point. It's like, can you say if the topic were, I don't know, paper, and it's like, that's all the video we haven't discussed a time limit, have we? Or is that not a thing? We're not going to do a time limit. It's not.
I mean, it can't be 8 seconds.
Yeah.
Topic can't be tree, and it's just you buy a tree.
Yeah. So, but I still think that it has to be always the YouTube algorithm. What is?
I'll just ring them and see. Hello, is that YouTube?
If you're creating original content, how long does it need to be?
How do you make original viral content, and how long does it need to be? Someone make a tutorial about that.
The thing is, oh no, it's already happened. I can feel someone pressing record right now.
I can feel it being uploaded right now.
Yeah. So, so we can discuss why it didn't happen. Or, if you could only do that one video about paper, and it's like one of your Just a Thought videos where you just literally talk about paper. Yeah. Then that's okay, because it's the accountability, and and when you're not accountable, even if you don't make the video, there's still that sense of accountability of like, I didn't make the video, I fucked up, something happened, this is why. Yeah. And that's okay. Yeah. Because that's stuff happens.
Although I reckon that should happen once. If I'd like to see that not happen at all. That's the goal with it. Now here's the mind going, all right? The bit that worries me is, well, if you haven't got the time, you just make a quick video and it's shit, and you put it on your YouTube. Have you shat on your YouTube because you put a shit video up? But it doesn't matter, because there's other people putting shitter stuff up.
I was gonna say, Dylan, like even some of the videos, like Dylan, like he'll go, he'll put a video up and go, oh, did you see that one? I go, yeah, and he goes, oh, it was dog shit, and I was like, no, it was really good. It was like a Dylan video. Yeah, I saw that, completely overexposed picture of the sky, but yeah, whatever. But that's the funny thing, is that you think it's shit, but the bar on the internet is so fucking low. Yeah. It's just, I mean, it's so low. The very fact that you just upload a video means you're doing better than probably 90% of the population.
And you're right. So. And we always talk about the barrier for entry being high, but that's because you're comparing it to people who are at the top of their game. And it's trying to get that comparison. It's trying to remove comparison, and then and completely.
I get annoyed when Tarantino brings out a film. It's like, oh, God, did it before me.
Yeah. You bastard. I'll scrap my idea out. Once upon a time in Bangor. That's that gun in the bin. And it's like, but at the same time, we're going to compare ourselves, but we're not going to sit down. We're not going to break down these videos and compare how the production. It's not about criticizing each other. It's about laughing about the production, the stupid shit that happened, the bit that you didn't want to do, the bit that you felt awkward about, the bits that we liked about the videos, bits that maybe we could have added to it, but I don't want to, I don't feel like it should be something where we criticize. It's more about, it's just about having a laugh and discussing. And it goes down to things like when we tried to film together in the subway in London one day, and we got told we weren't allowed to film. That stuff's that's at a very high level, but when you get into the detail of that story, it's quite funny. It's actually really hilarious when you talk about it. So it's like those things. I know there's times when I'm shooting a video and I'm standing in public and there's people looking at me going, it's this idiot just talking to his own camera. And it's all those things. And the amount of times fight or flight kicks in, and then I have to make a decision, do I just leave? Sometimes you leave. Sometimes you give up and you walk away. And other days you fight through it. And those are the conversations I think are important.
Is now that like given TikTok and Reels and stuff are so huge, like everyone's freaking dancing, you know, or doing something in front of a camera, and it's still weird talking to a camera or a phone. It's so bizarre. It's so bizarre. Like how it's so normalized, or maybe it's not as normalized as I think it is. But like even like you watch the news, like I was, you know, there's been floods in Germany and stuff, and the woman they went to live literally was filming it on her iPhone. They had her on like FaceTime or something. Just like, oh
Jesus.
So that, yeah, she had a mic plugged into the phone, and she was just holding it like this, going, yeah, I'm just here with this person looking at their house because of the flood. And I was like, that's on an iPhone, or it just is mental.
And here's me looking at my screen, worrying because I'm only one stop over on my exposure.
Are you?
Still, yeah.
Well, but full transparency, I'm at 1/100.
Well, full transparency, I forgot I was shooting an S-Log because I was doing a shoot yesterday for a client. And I actually normally I shoot this on normal, and I forgot to switch it off. I was S-Cinetone right here. Oh, it's my new but I haven't even upgraded the camera software to use that.
You can do it now. You can do it now.
In a Mescinetone?
S-Cinetone. S-Cinetone.
S-E Cinema. Anyway, so, yeah, it's supposed to be a positive experience and it's really just for our own entertainment. We just thought what would be good would be a good reason to bring the podcast back for season 3, because it's another thing that we've been procrastinating on doing. And
you know what this is going to be like? This is like, you know, when you watch a film and you have the director's commentary.
Yeah.
That's essentially what's going to be happening.
Yeah.
That's quite good. Brilliant.
I like that.
It's an original idea.
I mean, currently as this is happening, there's probably some big creator in Toronto uploading something that's literally this. Exactly.
You know what's going to be funny? I guarantee you there's going to be like Chris and Lizzie are just going to go, you know what we should do? We should challenge each other to make videos. And you're like, guys, can you just stop tapping us?
Please, yeah. I'm just not going to watch the internet for a while. But we thought like that would be a good way. And it was a way for Ryan and I to make the video, to challenge each other, to have a bit of a laugh. And also to do something around something that's very simple. So we're going to pick these words or phrases out of a hat. And we're going to alternate. Ryan's going to pick this week because I forgot to write the words down.
Okay.
But that's that. Right?
Just to specify, we both write the words down. We both pick. We're making the video about the same thing, right?
Yeah. So we're going to alternate each week. I'll pick next week. So the words I write down they could be the same. They'll probably both write tree. Right?
I didn't write tree actually. I didn't write tree. Not this week.
So the thing is that he'll pick it out. We'll take the same topic, and the idea is, right? Say for example. We'll use tree because we've said it a million times. Say the word is tree. We can make a tutorial about trees. We can make a tutorial.
That's a do what you can't video.
A tutorial about trees. What is that? What is a tutorial about trees? This is how you do a tree. A tutorial on how to plant a tree, how to cut down a tree, a tutorial on how to climb a tree. It could be a video about the beauty of trees. It could be a documentary about trees.
Like paper.
Yeah, you could do that. You could be clever with it. It could be a comedy. It could be a skit. It could be not a short. Let's just make the only agreement is it has to be shot horizontally and uploaded to the main YouTube. No shorts.
Yes. No shorts.
No shorts.
And on any camera as well. There's no.
Yeah, any camera.
Shoot it on a potato if you want. It's fine.
Yeah, I have a few potato cams we could use. So. That's the idea behind it. So there's literally no limitation. We want to see what we think. It's more about where we go with it. It's more about, oh, you went down that route. Oh, okay, fucking hell, I wasn't expecting you to.
The interesting thing will be is that we both make the same video.
Well, exactly.
Which would be great. That'd be amazing.
Which is probably be extra. If we do that 3 times in a row, I reckon that'll be the last episode of the podcast. You'll never see us on the internet.
We're not allowed to discuss. That's the other thing is that once the word has come out, we're not allowed to discuss it again until the podcast.
Yeah, I can't tell him what I'm doing. He's not allowed to know. I'm not allowed to know what he's doing.
Oh, we can't put it on stories as well, right? Like,
no, can't put it on stories.
I'm just shooting for this.
You could say you're shooting something, but you can't tell what it is. And the first time I see Ryan's will be when he uploads it to YouTube. At 7 o'clock on a Thursday, and same for him. And then we'll be able to go. So what he did.
Yeah.
Or wow, he did exactly the same thing, shot for shot.
Yeah. Well, probably, absolutely. So anyway, we're coming up to like about 35 minutes because we're going to try and keep these short as well.
Yeah.
So don't want to keep you too long. Respectful of time and all that stuff. So I have my hat.
Okay.
Right.
Guess I need to write this
The
down.
funny thing is now, the one word. I did a couple of one words and a couple of like little things. So, right, I'm not going to look. What did I get? Okay. Uh-oh.
See if it's true. I swear to God, I'm out.
There's a little phrase.
Okay.
My loving of coffee and beer is a lie.
Okay. Okay. I like that. That's good.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. At least, I mean, to be honest, I literally turned up to the studio and just wrote first 10 things that came to my head. So, yeah, that was it, really.
Did you open a beer and then drink and go, and then go, oh, hell, fuck, I can't even talk about it. Already discussing it. Never worry about that.
Yes.
Fuck, another one. All right, cool.
Okay.
Mike. So,
right, that's it.
So, over the next week, Ryan and I will spend time making a video about my loving of coffee and beer is a lie in whatever form we want. It just has to be about that. And it can go however we want it to go, in whatever tone, in whatever direction.
The funny thing is that I for some reason I thought we were going to give each other topics. So I leaned toward like stuff that was like for you. And so now I'm like, oh, now I have to actually do that.
Yeah. Well, I'll
funny.
probably, the things I write will be stuff that I think will be hilarious for you to make. So maybe we just do it like that. Maybe you keep your list as shit that you think would be funny for me. And I'll write my list directed at you.
Oh, it doesn't really matter, does it really?
No, I keep doing that because I think that'll be quite funny the way we do that. Because then, yeah, you're basically entertaining yourself by writing a bunch of ideas. So you're writing all your own ideas down, but then you're just picking them at random.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. So we'll do that. We'll upload a video on our own YouTube channels. Also, let's us promote our own YouTube channels.
Thursday at 7?
Thursday at 7 sounds good. It goes live. I just wrote tub instead of Thursday.
Tub,
Thursday.
good.
Whatever. Thubs. Oh, God. 7 p.m. Okay. So we'll put links below. You can go check out mine and Ryan's YouTube channels. Do the subscriptions if you're not already a subscriber.
Subsidied. Yeah.
Go back through the old content if you haven't seen any of it. Some of it's really good on my channel, I think.
Yeah. Don't worry about mine.
And thanks for listening to the first episode of the 3rd season. Let us know your thoughts. Maybe at some point we'll let you guys pick a topic if you're all well behaved.
Yeah. And if anyone's actually listening, so that or watching, for that matter, it'll be interesting to see the views. Actually, we're just uploading it to YouTube. We're not doing the old IGTV. Doesn't really matter, does it?
You could upload it to IGTV if you want.
I mean, both. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, stick it up to both if you want. Who cares?
No.
If we've learned anything, it's that Instagram and the internet does what it likes, so we'll do what we want. We'll upload it the same thing to 2 channels.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, I'll probably just leave it on YouTube because I get all those. Feed that algorithm. Get all those numbers.
Yeah.
Okay? So
pop in the thing.
That's been us. You've been listening to another episode. Thanks for watching, and we'll chat to you next week.
Well, Friday. Is it on Friday? We record it on Friday.
We record the podcast on a Friday. They'll be listening. When are we going to post this podcast? Is this posted on a Monday?
I don't know.
Monday.
I guess so. Yeah,
we'll post the podcast on a Monday.
Yeah.
You can watch our videos on our channels on a Thursday.
Yeah.
We'll shoot and edit the podcast on a Friday. All right, folks?
For now.
Yeah.
Boom.
Thanks for watching.
See you in the next episode.
Later. I went to do that thing, see you, pals.